you guys? Good morning. Good morning. Happy Saturday. Let's take a child's pose. I guess I should shut these. I know, right? It will in a minute. Okay, once you get into child's pose, we could also keep talking. That's cool. That'd be fun. All right, walk your hands forward. Maybe lift elbows or forearms off the mat. Maybe sway your hips from side to side. Anything that feels good here to start. But know that maybe just a few breaths without any movement might feel good as well. If you want to move the arms from side to side, taking a few breaths on each side, you can take that. Try to bring awareness to your breath, effort to your breath, some measure to your breath. Take a couple more breaths where you are. Next inhale, you'll slide yourself forward into a puppy pose. As you work into this puppy pose, you might grab the front of your mat, maybe the fingertips are down, any of those are good, but try to, if you can, stack your hips over your knees. Start to melt the chest. Chin might work down, forehead might work down. Give me one more breath where you are. And then on your next inhale, slide yourself all the way out onto your belly. As you get onto your belly, take your fingertips off the mat, 10 and 2. Inhale, wave yourself up into that modified cobra. And then exhale back down. Again like that. Inhale, wave yourself up. Exhale down. Inhale, wave it up. Exhale down. Last two, inhale, wave it up. Exhale down. The last one, inhale, wave it up. And then dip your right shoulder down, looking over your left shoulder. Inhale through center. Dipping left shoulder, looking over right shoulder. And then inhale back through center. On your exhale, you'll lower right back down. And then press yourself up to a tabletop. As you get to tabletop, take 3 circles of your shoulders around your wrist clockwise and then counterclockwise. And then back to a neutral spine. Flip your hands to face your knees. Start to paw at the mat here. As you walk the hands potentially forward. You can also keep them right underneath your shoulders. Maybe keeping the hands where they are for a moment. Tuck your toes under and sit back, working deeper into the fingers, the forearms, the wrists. And then you'll walk your hands back underneath your shoulders. Keep them facing towards your knees. Inhale your heart forward to cow. Exhale, round your back cat. Inhale, heart forward, cow. Exhale, round your back cat. 2 more. Inhale, heart forward, cow. Exhale, round. Inhale, heart forward. Exhale, round. Back to a neutral spine. Flip your hands around. Anything you need to do to counter there. You might bring the tops of your hands down or any other wrist stretch or just shaking out the hands. From there, tuck your toes, lift your hips, downward facing dog. As you get into your down dog, some movement there as well. You might shorten your stance, bounce your chest, bend and straighten your legs. And maybe just just taking a moment here to check in with your physical structure, what you're already feeling here, how your body's already communicating to you, knowing that that'll shift and change as we move, as we navigate our time on the mat this morning. On your next inhale, you'll wave yourself forward to your plank, top of a push-up. And then bend your legs, hover your knees, like hovering tabletop. Push your hips back towards your heels, and then hips to sky, down dog. Good. Again, like that, wave it forward, one vertebra at a time. As you come forward, bend legs, hover knees, sit to heels, hips to sky. Inhale, wave it forward. Bend legs, hover knees, sit towards heels, hips to sky. One more like that. Inhale, wave it forward. Bend legs, hover knees, sit towards heels, hips to sky. And this one, inhale, wave it forward to plank. Take a breath in. A 10 count lower to the belly. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Regular cobra. Exhale back down. Keep your hands flat where they are. Tuck your toes under. Lift your thighs off the mat. Hug your lower belly in. Take a big breath in. Exhale, press up to plank. Take another breath in. Exhale, back downward facing dog. Next inhale again, wave it forward to plank. 10 count lower to the belly. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. All the way down on 1. This time, hover the hands off the mat. Lift your legs off the mat, your feet as well. Good. Bring the hands flat. Tuck your toes under. Take a big breath in. Exhale, press it up to plank. Inhale again. Exhale, back downward facing dog. Good, one more like that. Inhale, wave it forward to plank. 10 count lower. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. All the way down on 1. On your inhale, hover hands, hover legs. Pause. Hands to mat, toes to mat. Take a breath in. Exhale, press yourself up to plank. Take another breath in. Exhale, back downward facing dog. Walk your hands back towards your feet so you're at the back of your mat. Take your feet as wide as you want or need to. Grab opposite elbows where you can find, or just simply let your arms hang. And then release fingertips to mat. Heel toe your feet in hips distance. On an inhale, lift chest, lengthen forward, put a bend in your legs. And then I want you to lift your heels off the mat. And then bend your legs so much, feel your chest press onto your thighs, and then sit your hips towards your heels, or your glutes towards your heels. From here, you might have to walk your hands forward, tap your knees down, and then lift the knees right back up. Set the heels flat and forward fold. You're gonna do that again. Lift heels, bend legs, tap the knees forward, lift them up. Move at your own pace. If you wanna linger somewhere, you can linger somewhere, but just working into the toes here, hip flexors, legs. Next time your legs are straight or your heels are flat, forward fold there for a moment. And then on your inhale, bend your legs, sit it back, Utkatasana. Arms will reach up. Lift your heels, inhale. Exhale, set them down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down, inhale, lift. Exhale, down, inhale, lift. Exhale, down, last one, inhale, lift, hold. Start to lower your hips towards your heels. Keeping the knees lifted, the arms reaching. And then you're gonna drive your knees forward, forward, forward until they tap down. Lead with the pockets of your pants, come up to kneeling. Bring the top of your left foot down, lean into your left leg, and see if you can float your right foot, your right knee out in front of you. Move the arms around however you need to. And then step that right foot to the top of your mat. Frame your front foot. Tuck your back toes under, lunge your hips forward, pull your chest forward and up. And then inhale, exhale, straighten through that front leg, half splits. And you're gonna go back and forth between these two. So again, if you wanna linger in one spot, like in the half split, maybe taking a twist of some sort, some variation of crooked monkey, you can take that as well. But just exploring, breathing into sensation that you're experiencing. Next time that front leg is bent, pause. Lift your back knee off the mat. Get so strong in your legs that you can reach your right arm forward. Keep your right arm reaching forward, reach your left arm forward. Your back leg, I want you to bend it and hover it off the mat. Inhale, lift your chest, arms towards sky. Tuck the tailbone under. And then see if you can even shift your hips back a little bit here. 3, 2. On one, hands to mat, lean forward, drag it up, warrior C. Your bottom leg, I want you to keep it bending, but see if you can lift your lifted leg higher. Yeah. Now take a breath in. Exhale, straighten your bottom leg. Inhale, bend your bottom leg. Exhale, straighten your bottom leg. Inhale, bend your bottom leg. Exhale, straighten. One more. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Now inhale, bend, hold. Reach your arms forward. Let that help you step back slowly to crescent A. Arms will reach up. Your back leg will stay straighter this time. Lift your chest and lean back as if your hands could reach toward your neighbor behind you. And then realign your spine, reach straight up, hold. Now push off your back toes so you feel your back heel come forward a little bit, and straighten your front leg. Bring your hands across your chest. Take a breath in, do this slowly. Exhale, lower your chest. Doesn't have to be your biggest step, just something that requires you to work into your right hamstring. Inhale, lift your chest back up. We'll hold on the third one. Exhale, slowly lower chest. Inhale, lift up. Good, last one. Exhale, lower, hold there. Maybe the arms sweep behind you. Maybe the arms reach forward for 4, 3, 2. On one, lift your chest back up. Rebend that front leg, lower your back knee all the way down. Cactus your arms, curl back. Inhale, the arms will reach back up. The back of your foot, or that back foot rather, the top of the foot down. Shift your hips back. And then you're going to try to float that right foot again, that right leg. Right knee will lower next to meet the left. And sit towards your heels. Okay, hands on either sides of your knees. 3 times here, 5 breaths each. So the first 3, and then the second 3 that we do on the next side, your hips will lift towards the sky, okay? This first one, though, I want you to keep your hips super low and try to find compression of thighs to chest, okay? Here we go. It should be easy right now. Take a breath in. This is why I don't do it with you. Exhale, okay, thighs to your chest. Hold there. Good, feel your fingertips grip the mat. Can you shift your weight into your arms? Yes, 3, nice, 2, and 1, lower down. Again, like that, take a breath in. Exhale, lift thighs to chest, 5, good, 4, 3, 2, and 1, lower down. Last one, take a breath in. Exhale, lift thighs to chest, 5, try to protract your shoulders, 4, 3, good, 2, and 1, you are down, beautiful. Hands behind you. Lift your chest. You might lift your hips up into a variation of camel. Maybe drop your head back. And then lower those hips right back down. You're going to crawl your fingertips forward just enough so you can tuck your toes, lift your knees, sit towards your heels, and then set the heels flat and forward fold at the back of your mat. Next, inhale, lift chest, lengthen forward. Maybe the fingertips need to crawl forward here. Again, lift heels, bend legs, tap the knees down, lift them back up, set the heels flat. And you're going to go back and forth like this. Now, maybe you feel ready to move without your hands. You can tap down, lift up, heels flatten. So playing and exploring here. Last 5, 4, 3, 2. Set the heels flat, forward fold. On an inhale, bend your legs, sit it back, Utkatasana. Inhale, lift your heels up. Exhale, lower the heels. Inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, lower the heels. 3 more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Last one. Inhale, lift. Hold there. Start to lower your hips towards your heels. If you can sit towards your heels, great. Otherwise, just find a spot that you can hold. And then try to reach up. Try to think knees higher. Good. Slowly tap the knees down. Drive with your pockets of your pants, so squeeze your glutes. And then bring the top of your right foot down and pull your left knee out in front of you and see if you can hover that left leg. So you're leaning to the right. Arms can go wherever. And they might be out to the sides. And then you'll step your left foot towards the top of your mat. Frame your front foot. Tuck your back toes under. Just lunge your hips forward. Hips forward. Chest can pull forward and up. And then you'll straighten your front leg, half splits. And you're going back and forth between those two. time that front leg is bent, pause there. Lift your back knee. Hug your left hip more middle. And then reach your left arm forward. Keep your left arm reaching forward. Reach your right arm forward. Push off those back toes. That'll give you some power. Now bend your back leg. Cover the knee. Lift your chest so the arms reach to the sky. Can you feel your tailbone lengthen down and shift your hips back a little bit? Shift back here. There you go. Bend this leg a little more for me. There you go. Hands to heart. Lean forward. Drag it up. Warrior C. Take a breath in here. You're straightening your bottom leg on an exhale. Inhale, bend your bottom leg. Exhale, straighten bottom leg. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Last one. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Now inhale, bend. Reach your arms towards the stage. Slow step back your right toes. Keeping your back leg as strong and straight as you can. Lift your chest and reach back or lean back or curl back. Good. Reach your arms straight up. Hold. And then start to straighten through your front leg. Really drive off those back toes. That will help. Bring your hands across your chest. Keep that front leg as straight as you can. Inhale, exhale, lower your chest. Just some effort. Inhale, lift your chest back up. Keep driving off your back toes. Again, inhale, exhale, lower chest. Dig into that left hamstring. Inhale, lift back up. Good. Last one. We'll hold on this one. Lean forward. Pause. Keep trying to push into that front foot as your hips shift back and keep driving off your back toes. Maybe the arms reach forward, maybe the arms reach back. Give me 2 more breaths. Slowly inhale, lift your chest back up, bend your front leg, lower the back knee down. Cactus arms, curl back. Good, inhale, reach back up. As your hips shift back, your back foot, make sure the top of the foot is down. Try to float your left foot back where you came from. Maybe that knee can lift and hover for a moment. Maybe it can even hover next to the right for a moment. And then set the knee down and sit all the way to your heels. Okay, take hands on either sides of your knees again. So this time we'll try to lift our hips to the sky. Okay, so you can keep the tops of your feet down or you can tuck your toes. Tucking your toes is a little bit easier. Tops of the feet, the more you do it, you get used to it. But like I have really tight feet, so keeping tops of the feet down was really hard for me. And then I figured it out and it got a little bit easier. It still sucks, but it's not as sucky. Okay, so here we go. Hands on either sides of your knees. Take a breath in. On your exhale, thighs to chest, and then lift your hips, strong, straight arms. Can you feel your fingertips grip the mat for 5? Good, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower down. Nice. Take another breath in. Exhale, lift. Thighs to chest, and then hips to sky. Shift your weight into your arms. Feel that happen. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower down. Good. Last one. Take a breath in. Exhale. Thighs to chest, hips to sky. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Can the hips lift higher? 3, 2, and 1, you're down. Good. Okay, fingertips behind you. Lift your chest. Maybe lift your hips. Any variation at camel. If you want to walk your hands closer towards your feet, you'll take that. And then slowly lower your hips towards your heels. Walk your fingertips forward enough to tuck your toes. Lift your knees and forward fold at the back of your mat. As you get there, bend your legs, roll yourself all the way up to stand. As you come to stand, shift your weight into your left foot, float your right knee out in front of you, and then move that right leg around. So you might take some big circles, kick forward and back, figure 4 maybe. Maybe bending and straightening that left leg. And then set that right foot down and switch. Left leg will lift out in front, moving, circling, kicking. Just make sure you take good. Left foot will lower to meet the right. Arms down by your sides. Take a big breath in. Exhale. Next inhale, the arms will reach up. On your exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift chest, lengthen forward. Exhale, walk it out to your plank, top of a push-up. Take a breath in here, a slow lower, chaturanga. 5, 4, 3, 2, on 1, upward facing or your cobra. Pause. Can you go back to chaturanga? Hold. Up to plank, pause, lower slow, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, upward facing or cobra. Back to chaturanga. Up to plank. Last one, lower slow, 5, 4, 3, 2, upward facing or cobra. Back to chaturanga. Up to plank, downward facing dog. Nice. Take a breath in there, exhale. Ha. Okay, on your inhale, wave yourself forward to a plank, top of a push-up. Left hand down, right arm up, Vashisthasana, side plank. If you feel ready to float your right leg in some way, have at it. Now on your exhale, lower your right elbow and forearm to the mat. You're facing the opposite way, elbow side plank. Maybe your left leg floats. One more full breath. You're going back to side plank on that left hand. So where you came from, left hand, not elbow. Good. From there, float that right leg. Hug your right thigh into your chest. Slow and controlled step to the top of your mat, side angle the opposite way. So you're switching your hands. Right hand can work inside the front foot. Elbow can work towards thigh, or take your hand to a block. Think about that right hip pulling back a little bit. Let's bend this leg for me. Bend. There it is. Yeah, pull this hip back this way. Other way. There, right there. Yeah. Inhale, rise up, warrior B. And then on your exhale, straighten your front leg for a moment. Inhale, rebend your front leg. Exhale, straighten front leg. Good. Now inhale, rebend your front leg. Hold there. Take another breath in on your exhale, flying monkey to the back. Left leg will bend, right leg will straighten. Any way you want to take this, you might lift and lower the hips. And then on your inhale, you're flipping around to the back, finding warrior C or standing L. So check in with those left toes, make sure they turn that direction. Your bottom leg, see if you can keep that bent for the time being. Your lifted leg, maybe it can lift higher because you're finding your right glute. Now reach your right arm towards the wall you're facing, and reach your left arm to the stage behind you. Keep your arms slow, step back your right toes. Your left hand chases your back leg right away as the right arm reaches up towards the sky. And then see if you can lift your left hip up a little bit higher, and then try to lift your right hip up a little bit higher. One more breath. Good. Inhale, exhale, right hand to mat. Turn all 10 toes to the left. You're going to flip it over a while. Left foot will land behind you. You can also stay in horizon lunge if that is a better option. Try to corkscrew your right shoulder on your back. Okay, from here you're going back to side plank, but on this right arm now. So still on the same arm. Try to stack that left hip on top of the right. Maybe float that left leg. Give me one more breath. Lower your left elbow and forearm to the mat. Elbow side plank the opposite way. Good. Right arm can reach up. Maybe float your right leg. Try to kick down through the knife edge of that bottom foot. Back to side plank on the right hand. So push into that right palm. Find that push action. Maybe the left leg floats. Hug your left thigh into your chest. Slow step towards your right thumb. Side angle. Spin your back heel flat. Left hand can work inside. Maybe elbow towards thigh. Feel that left glute chase your back heel a bit more. Next inhale, rise up, warrior B. Exhale, straighten through that front leg. Inhale, bend your front leg. Good. Exhale, straighten front leg. Inhale, bend, hold there. Take another breath in. Flying monkey to the front as you bend that right leg. Any variation of this shape, this transition, bouncing, hands can come down at any point. Next inhale, you'll flip yourself around to the front. Warrior C or standing L. Know that your hands are always there to touch down or even play with hovering. Put a little bend in your bottom leg, but keep your lifted leg firm and active. Reach your left arm forward and your right arm back. Keep your arms. Can you slowly step back your left toes? And then right hand right away chases your back leg as the left arm reaches to sky. Now try to lift your right hip up a little higher. And then try to lift your left hip up a little higher. On your exhale, left hand to mat. Turn both your feet to the right, horizon, or flip it over wild. Right foot will land behind. Back to side plank. And then on this one, find plank. Top of a push-up, take a breath in, slow, lower, 5, 4, 3, 2, on one, upward facing or your cobra. Good, exhale back, downward facing dog. No pause here, bend your legs, look forward, hop your feet around your hands, active squat, reach your arms forward. You can also step, yep. Exhale, drive to stand. Cactus arms, curl back. Inhale, exhale, squat back down. Hands to mat, lean into your arms, hop, step, jump it, chaturanga dandasana. You can step, you can land in chaturanga. The third one will hold. You'll have an opportunity to play with bakasana. Upward facing, exhale, back downward facing. Good, bend legs, look forward. Hop your feet around your hands. Can you keep your hips knee height, arms forward? Exhale, drive to stand, cactus curl. Inhale, exhale, squat. Hands to mat, lean into your arms, hop, step, jump it, chaturanga dandasana. Beautiful. Upward facing, urdhva, exhale, back downward facing. Last one, bend legs, look forward, hop. Hold here, arms reach forward. Now lift your chest more. Yes. Reach arms just straight forward. See if you can drive your hips forward a bit more so your shoulders pull back and you're more stacked over your hips. One more, yes, one more breath, good. Exhale, drive to stand. Cactus curl back, give me an extra breath there. Let that feel good as you find extension. And then inhale, exhale, you squat back down. Hands will come to the mat any way you want to exit bakasana. If you want to take a couple hops here, handstand, you'll play with that. Eventually we will meet in down dog. And congratulations, you just did burpees. I bet you didn't know that was going to happen, right? Or maybe you did. Okay, once you get back to down dog, hold there. I won't make you do that 100 more times, but we are going to do it one more time. Okay, take a breath in. Exhale. Next inhale, shift your weight forward to a plank, top of a push-up. Left hand down, right arm up, Vashisthasana, side plank. Maybe floating that right leg or any other variation. Yeah, you can grab. You'll have an opportunity eventually to grab. On your exhale, lower your right elbow and forearm to the mat. Elbow side plank. Back to side plank, left hand down. Good, right arm will reach up. Can you float that right leg? On a 5 count, start to hug your right thigh into your chest. 4, 3, 2. Step to the top of your mat. Side angle, facing the opposite way. A couple extra breaths here. So if you want a half wrap or play with some variation of a bind, you have an opportunity.
I don't mind, it keeps me heavy. I don't mind.
Next inhale, rise back up, warrior B. Exhale there. Inhale, exhale, flying to the back, flying monkey. Maybe you try this without your hands. Inhale, flip to the back, warrior C. Or know that your hands can come down for standing tall. Your right arm is forward, your left arm is back. Keep that as you step back your right toes. Left hand chases your back leg as the right arm reaches up. On your exhale, right hand to mat. Turn both your feet to the left, horizon or flip dog, wild thing. Maybe you try to hover your left toes on this one and try reaching those toes as if it could touch your right wrist. Back to side plank. Maybe right away float that left leg, still on the same arm. Exhale, lower your left elbow and forearm to the mat. Elbow side plank, opposite way. Back to side plank, right hand down, left arm reaches. Left leg will lift up. On a 5 count, you're hugging your thigh in. 4, 3, stepping towards your right thumb. 2, and 1, side angle, opposite way towards the right. Good. And some time here, half wrapping, full wrapping. Bring some awareness to your breath though. Inhale, rise up, warrior B. Complete your breath there, exhale there. Another breath in. Flying monkey to the front, exhale. Inhale, flip it to the front, maybe without hands, warrior C. Left arm will reach forward, right arm reaches back. Keep your arms, let that help you step back slow as your right hand chases your back leg. Left arm will reach up, hold. On your exhale, left hand to mat. Turn both your feet to the right. You're flipping it over wild or horizon lunge. And maybe your right toes hover and you really dig deep for that right hamstring and squeeze as you reach your toes towards your left hand. One more breath. Same arm back to side plank. Pause. Plank, top of a push-up. Take a breath in. 5 count, lower chaturanga. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Upward facing or your cobra. Good. Exhale back, downward facing. 3 times again. Bend your legs, look forward. Hop or step outside your hands. Active squat. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, drive to stand. Cactus curl. Inhale, exhale, squat back down, hands to mat, lean into your arms, hop, step, jump it, vinyasa. Upward facing, good, exhale, back, downward facing. Bend legs, look forward, hop. Arms forward, good, exhale to stand, cactus curl. Inhale, exhale, squat. Hands to mat, bend the arms, lean forward, hop it back. Okay, this last one will hold. Bend legs, look forward, hop your feet around your hands, pause. Drive to stand, cactus curl. Extra breath there. Inhale, exhale, you'll squat back down any way you want to exit. Bakasana handstand. We're going to meet on the belly. So once you take your vinyasa and you lower to the belly, you'll just stay there, but you got time if you're handstanding or hopping or push-ups or anything else that feels maybe kind of crazy, you can do that. Once you get onto your belly, of course, you can take your time getting there, though. Turn your gaze maybe to one side or just place your hands underneath your forehead. We could stay here. Switch your gaze. Okay, bring your forehead to the mat. Reach your right arm out towards the right side of the room, either straight or you can cactus. So you're going to roll onto your right hip. Take any shoulder stretch. So you might feel like grabbing your knee or a big toe. Your right hand, though, can you add a little more pressure there and maybe see what that does for stability or some activation in that right shoulder. Good, roll yourself back to the belly, nice and slow. And switch it up. Left arm will extend out. Same, right foot can land or you're grabbing knee or big toe. Good, roll yourself back to your belly, your chest. Fingertips off the mat, 10 and 2, 3 times at your pace. You'll wave yourself up into that modified cobra. Anything you want to do there, of course, you can dip or look one direction or hold if you like that. And eventually you'll find your way to a child's pose. If you would like to get upside down again, dolphin or a headstand, Panchamayurasana. Otherwise, child's pose, you walk your hands to one side, a few breaths there, other side, a few breaths there. a couple more breaths. If you're inverted, you know you want to take a child's pose before we get back to down dog, and that would be a good time.
No, sir. I do not.
Okay, find your way back. Downward facing dog. Okay, right leg, give it a lift up. Bend the leg, open the hip. If you want to move that leg around in some way, you can. Doesn't have to be bending and straightening. Maybe you're kicking that foot towards your right wrist at the top of your mat. A lot of different things you can do here. Okay, right knee's going to travel to your left elbow, cross your body, hold there. Can that knee lift a little bit higher? And notice if you push off your back toes more, you can find more access to that lift. Okay, right leg back to the sky, inhale. Exhale again, right knee, left elbow. Option to stay there or find that floating fallen triangle. Maybe you grab outside the foot. Maybe you set the foot down like regular fallen triangle. You got 5 breaths here though. 4, 3, 2, on 1. Right leg back to the sky. Inhale. Okay, right foot's going to step towards your left thumb, so across your body. Front heel in line with your back toes, more or less is where we are. And then walk your hands forward of your front foot. And I want you to sink your hips like you're going to bring your back knee down, but don't. And then let your right knee start to drop over towards the right. You're rolling on the front edge of that front foot, or the knife edge of that front foot. And then try to pull your chest forward and up. Sit as low as you can. And then inhale, lift your hips back up. Again, like that, exhale, lower. We won't hold on these next 3. We'll hold on the last one. Inhale, lift back up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift back up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift back up. Last one, exhale, lower, hold there. Maybe your hands flatten. And then see if you can pull your chest forward and up, and then push your hips back. Maybe that gives you some more space to explore in that right hip. Good, lift your hips back up. Your back foot travels behind your front foot at the top of your mat, crossed ankles. Take a breath in, lift chest, lengthen forward. Exhale, fold. Palms connect under forehead. Maybe your elbows also connect as you exhale, drive to stand. Maybe the hips push forward as the elbows lift up as you curl back. And then realign your spine, reach your arms up, look down, lift your heels. Start to organize your knees, so pulling the knees apart, bend your legs, arms wherever. You're going to start to sit like you would to Utkatasana. Eventually hands to mat, Bakasana with crossed ankles, or you're just folding like I am here. You've got a 5 count if you're playing on your hands with crossed ankles. 4, 3, 2. Set your feet back down, crossed ankles. Take a breath in, lift chest, lengthen. Exhale, step back your left foot. Plant your hands, take your right leg to the sky, down dog split. Your right knee to your right elbow. Hold there. Can you lift that knee out and up off the elbow? And then tap the elbow. 2 more. Inhale, lift out and up. Pull your sternum forward more. Good. Exhale, tap. Last one. Inhale, out and up. Hold there. Sternum forward still. 5. Push off your back toes. 4, 3. Flex your lifted foot. 2. Now step outside your right hand. Spin your back heel flat. Walk your hands to the upper left corner of the mat. So you're in a down dog lunge. And you can circle or sway. Walk your hands back underneath your shoulders, spin onto the toes of your back foot, and then you're taking your right hand and cupping your right ankle and trying to tuck your right shoulder underneath this right knee. Option to stay hands on either side of your front foot or try to float the arms or bind around your back. See if you can pull your chest out. Drop your left hip down a bit more. Yeah. Can you lift your back heel? Yes. 3. Good times here, 2. Okay, hands to mat, long pyramid. Straighten through your legs. Shift your hips back. Your back heel can always lower it at this point, or you can keep it up. Okay, bend your front leg. You're stepping your left foot outside your left hand, active squat. Arms will reach forward. Take your arms out to the sides. Swing your left arm underneath your right, eagle wrap, or you can bring your palms together. Either way, you're leaning over your right leg. So on the diagonal, you're working into warrior C with eagle arms. Your left leg will float across your mat. Keep your eagle arms, start to open like half moon. So your right shoulder starts to drop middle, your left shoulder starts to open. Keeping your arms, you're going back to that active squat. Bend your lifted leg, 5, pull that knee in, 4, 3, 2. Good on 1, squat. Maybe yogi squat with eagle arms. Can you lift your chest up? Yes. Exhale, drive to stand. Arms unravel, reach up. Exhale, cactus arms, curl back. Inhale, exhale, squat back down. Hands to mat. You're going to hop to chaturanga and hold chaturanga. Keeping your arms bending, your right toes step behind you, like to the left. Your left hip can lower. And then from there, you push that left arm straight to find flip dog, wild thing. Right arm can reach towards sky. Start to hug your right thigh into your chest, maybe without your right hand, step to the top of your mat. Right up to half moon, round 2, but now we're facing, forward more or less. If you want to play into full moon, grab your lifted foot. Any other take at half moon or funky full moon. How's your breath though? Slowly step it back, warrior B. Good. Straighten your front leg, reverse your triangle. Inhale, exhale, triangle. So as your right hip pulls back a bit, you might feel like your left hip is closing forward. Allow that to happen and then see if you can rotate through your upper back towards the side of the room. Maybe one more breath. Okay, inhale, rise back up, goddess. Hands might work towards knees. You can dip a shoulder down. You can sway. Maybe bounce your hips. Next inhale, reach your arms straight up. Lift your right heel, just your right heel off the mat. You're going to use that ball of that foot to pivot you around to the back and lower the knee all the way down. Good. As you get to the knee, your left hand now chases your back heel. And if you keep your back toes tucked, your heel will elevate and you might get closer to the heel. Right hand to mat. Lift your back knee. Side plank last time on this right arm. Maybe you grab big toe. Maybe you grab knee or any other variation. 5. Good. 4, 3, 2. You're flipping it over wild, but I want you to turn both your feet towards me at the front and shorten your stance. So you're gonna one arm reverse tabletop. Lower your hips towards your heels and then lift your hips back up. Do that one more time. Lower your hips towards your heels. Good, lift right back up. Hold there for 5. Maybe try to float your left foot or tiptoe your left foot. 3. Yeah, good. 2. And 1. You're lowering all the way down. Good. Scoot yourself onto your mat. Okay. 3 times we're going to take low boat. So I won't keep you too long here because I know I'm sure it's not your favorite, right, to play with this, but beneficial nonetheless, okay? Low boat. You're going to cross your right ankle over your left. Right ankle over your left. Little mobility challenge here. Back up to high boat. Set your right foot flat. Set your left heel by your right hip. Shoulders inside your front knee. Reach forward. Now see if you can lift your butt up. You don't have to stand all the way up, but just see if you can lift. Yeah. Good. Lower back down. Back to low boat. Right ankle over left. High boat. Set the legs down. Lift up. Lower back down. Last one. We'll hold on this one. Reach your arms over your head. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1 up. High boat. Set the legs down. Try to lift up. Lower back down. Remove your left foot from behind your right. Kick it out in front towards me. Plant your left hand. You're going to a wide-legged forward fold towards the left side of the room. Lift the hips. Step the left foot to the back. You got time here. Handstand, headstand, center splits. Frog. down slowly when you're ready. Otherwise, fingertips. Lift chest, walk it around to the front. You're going to take a crooked monkey, crooked lizard, so lower your back knee. And then backstroke your right arm. As it reaches up and back, you might grab your back foot. If you're kicking the foot, you're trying to drive your left hip forward and down. And let the kick help you always try to find more rotation in your upper back. Okay, gently release that back foot. Bring your right hand back down inside your front foot. You're gonna lift your back knee and bump this back foot up a generous step forward. We're working into super soldier. Take your right hand and cup your right ankle and try to tuck your shoulder. Your left hand, if it's underneath your shoulder, that's too close. Walk it to the left like a kickstand. Lean forward. Maybe this is where you stay. Okay, hands can stay on the ground. Otherwise, left heel towards bum. And then from there, you try to grab with your right hand. As you grab with your right hand, you open your hips up like you would in half moon. Yes, keep trying to turn your chest towards the left. Keep trying to turn your hips towards the left. Gently release that back to a forward fold, forward fold. Let your body hang for a moment. Good. Bounce round your back, shake your shoulders out. And then let your arms hang heavy, nice and slow. You'll roll yourself all the way up to stand. Reach up. I would heel toe the feet in a little closer. Any way you want to back bend. You could support your low back. You could walk your hands down your legs. Maybe a bind. Inhale, exhale, forward fold, and you go. Any way you want to exit. You can step it back, take your vinyasa, and we'll meet in down dog. Take a breath in your down dog, maybe an exhale breath there. Okay, left leg, give it a lift up, last side. Bend the leg, open the hip, move that left leg around in any capacity. Okay, left knee will travel to right elbow, pause. Can you lift that knee a little bit higher? Good, inhale that left leg to sky. Again, left knee to right elbow, stay there, or find that fallen triangle, floating fallen triangle. Keep trying to kick that leg out if you're playing with that. 3, good. 2, and 1, left leg to sky, inhale. Exhale, left foot will travel to right thumb. So you're stepping across your mat, front heel in line with your back toes, sink your hips, and then walk your hands forward so that you have the ability to lower your left knee underneath your armpit in this floating pigeon. Get as low as you can. First one will hold, last one will hold. Maybe a little sway as you push off your back toes. And then lift your hips back up. Lower. Lift. Lower. Lift. One more like that. Lower. Lift. Last one, lower. Hold here. Maybe palms are flat. Try to pull your chest forward and up. And then push into your hands and try to drive your back heel towards the back of your mat more. Maybe the hips can sit lower. Good, lift your hips back up. Right foot steps behind the left. Inhale, lift chest, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Palms connect under forehead. Maybe elbows collide as you drive to stand. Maybe staying there or lifting chest and leaning back. Unravel the arms, reach up, look down. Lift your heels. Try to reorganize your knees, pull your knees apart. Arms wherever help you provide balance. And then option to bring the hands to the mat. Bakasana or forward fold here. 5, you're using your left ankle to lift your right shin, your right foot higher. 3. Good, 2. Lower the feet right back down, still cross. Take a breath in, lengthen. Step your right foot back. Plant your hands, send your left leg to the sky. Left knee to left elbow, hold. Can your shoulders stay stacked over your wrist? Now lift that knee off the elbow, out and up, flex the foot. And then tap the elbow. Lift out and up. Tap the elbow. One more. Lift out and up. Pull your sternum forward. Maybe look forward, and that helps find more length for 3, for 2. Step your left foot outside your left hand on 1. Good. Spin your back heel flat. Walk your hands to the upper right corner of your mat. Walk your hands back underneath your shoulders. You can keep your back heel flat or try to lift your back heel. Tuck your left shoulder underneath your left knee. So this is that prep work to eventually get to that super soldier at the end. Maybe you're binding. Maybe float in the arms. Either way, can you lower your right hip for me and pull your chest out more? Yes. Keep pushing off those back toes. Good, hands to mat, long pyramid as the hips shift back. Maybe your front toes lift, maybe your back heel lifts. Okay, rebend your front leg. You're finding active squat again. Step your right foot outside your right hand. Reach your arms forward so we can work into that half moon with eagle. Reach your arms out to the sides like you're going to give somebody a big hug. Swing your right arm underneath your left. Lean over your left leg on the diagonal. Find warrior C with eagle arms. Good. Think about trying to lift your chest a little more than you think. Yes. Good adjustments. Keep your arms start to open like half moon. It doesn't have to be like your traditional effort that you put in half moon, just some effort there. Lifted leg strong and straight. Maybe keeping your arms, you're going back to active squat. Bend your lifted leg to go slow. 4, 3, 2, go ahead on 1. Maybe yogi squat with eagle arms. Exhale, drive to stand. Unravel everything, cactus. Give me an extra breath there. Find that extension in your front body. And then back down you go. Squat just long enough to bring your hands to the mat. You're going to hop to chaturanga and pause. Keep your arms bent. Your left leg bends and it taps behind you so you can flip it over wild. Push into that right arm. Big, strong, straight right arm. Good. Maybe without the use of your left hand, hug your left thigh back into your chest and step towards the top of your mat, back to half moon. Now you have time to explore maybe full moon. Hand to a block is really great here. A water bottle, find some stability. I teach a lot of half moon with bent legs, so you might play with straightening your bottom leg. Just different sensation. Good, bend your bottom leg, slow step back, warrior B, nice. Straighten your front leg, reverse your triangle. Inhale, exhale, triangle. Trikonasana, any way you want to take this. You can shorten your stance or keep it long. Bring some awareness to your breath here. And then your left rib cage, can that pull out more towards the front? So you're really trying to find more length or a flattening through the right rib cage. Last breath. Okay, inhale, rise up. Goddess. Click those heels in, turn your toes out. Some time here to play, lift heels, dip shoulders. Okay, steady your body, reach your arms up. Lift just your left heel off the mat. Use the ball of your foot to pivot towards me at the back. Lower that knee down. And then your right hand chases your back heel, keeping those back toes tucked. Good. Think about trying to lift your chest, especially the right side of your body here, the right rib cage. On your exhale, left hand to mat. Lift your back knee. Any way you want to take side plank over towards the right. So towards the right, left hand down, maybe grab big toe, maybe grab knee. You got time here to explore this. Either way, can you lift your hips? So much pushing action in this side plank. Same idea in handstand, same idea in plank. Okay, flip it over wild. Find that one arm reverse tabletop. So shorten your stance. Yep.
Just let it run.
Lower your hips towards your heels.
Slamming Bentley doors.
Lift your hips back up.
Hopping out of Porsches.
Lower your hips
Popping
towards your
up
heels.
on Forbes list. Gorgeous.
Good, lift back up,
Hold
hold there.
Thought I lost it.
Now maybe play with floating your right foot. Maybe try to lift your right knee to the sky.
Hold up. I'll be here forever. You know I'm on my phone. I ain't with foreclosure.
Lower that right foot down, lower your hips down. Screw yourself onto the mat. Okay, kick your legs out 3 times. Left ankle over right. High boat. Set your legs down. Try to lift up. Good. Lower back down. Low boat. High boat. Set the legs down. Lift. Back down. Last one. Low boat. Arms over your head. 10. See, curve your spine. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. High boat. Set the legs down. Lift. Good. Lower down. Your right foot weaves out from underneath the left. Float it. Plant your right hand by your right hip. Wide-legged forward fold towards the right.
With every touch your body feels like home. You write a symphony inside my
You got time here. You're inverting. Dog pose. Maybe just let your body hang for a few breaths.
You make me feel like home. Like home. Like home.
Take your time lowering if you're inverted. Walk it around to the front of the room. And you're fine. Crooked monkey, crooked lizard. Left arm can backstroke as it grabs your back foot. Kicking. Keep trying to lower your right hip.
Don't want you to ever let me go. 'Cause you make me feel. You make me feel.
Okay, gently release that. Super soldier. Back knee will lift up. Bump that back foot up. Tuck your left shoulder underneath that left leg again. And maybe your just hands are supporting. Just play with shifting your weight into your left leg. That in itself is hard. If you are grabbing, you squeeze your right heel towards your bum and your left hand, which is the shoulder that's tucked, tries to grab. And then turn your, excuse me, your hips and your chest towards the right. Good, a couple more breaths here. If you really want to play with balance, turn your gaze to the right as well. When you're ready, release that right foot down. Take a forward fold. So option to stand forward fold. Okay, otherwise TT Basana. I prepped you for that variation here. Any variation of TT Basana. Can we press handstand from here? Yeah, or Bakasana? Yes. Nice. Good. Wiggle those feet back. Yeah. Hop, step, jump it. You'll take a vinyasa. Up dog, down dog. Okay, get to down dog. Give me 3 breaths there just so we're not, fighting our breath. And when we get on our back, take a breath in. Exhale. Good. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more. Inhale, inhale, inhale. Exhale. Good. Bend legs, hop, step, look forward, onto your back. You go. Okay, once you get onto your back, give me a couple of breaths there to rest, and then we'll finish with 2 back bends. But also you can stay as you are, so just know that you don't have to back bend, as it's always a choice. Bye, you're welcome. Okay, first one if you're coming on up, here we go. Bridge, upward facing bow. You might play with lifting and lowering your heels. We try to, manage the breath from start to finish, especially at this point we get tired. It can be really hard to continue to breathe effectively. Last 5 where you are.
Couple G's and they think that I'm hot. I chill with T and Key. That's the 3 from the top. Become a breeze.
Okay, on 1, come on down nice and slow. Maybe the arms reach towards the sky. Make fists with your hands. Take some really slow circles. You can open and close your hands. Maybe linger in one spot where you're just getting a good stretch sensation there. Okay, last back bend. Bridge, upward facing bow. Might play with lifting one leg up at a time here. Yeah, you could kick the legs straight.
And you see the things that I did, and I live the things that I wish. I got a couple friends, couple ends on the block.
Last 5.
A few ambitions that we'd like to take off, and it's that inhibition that brings us to a stop. So the chorus, it goes for a drop. No, I've got some silly
and when you are down, good, just rest there. Whatever that looks like, might be arms over your head, it could be soles of the feet together.
I'm not taking that, I'm not taking that. And I like the crowd, I keep around, I know this switch on. I like the tunes so that my voice can dance to this song. Got some lip by me, I backstabbers that done me wrong. I need them gone. I got some big boss and bees and some boys on the block. I call them couple G's and they think that I'm hot. I chill with T and Key, that's the 3 from the top. Become a breeze and some food for a thought. I'm the queen representative.
You're either gonna let your knees fall to the right and cross your right ankle over your left thigh in that figure 4, or take a reclined pigeon.
I got some big boss and bees and some boys on the block. I call them couple G's and they think that I'm hot. I chill with T and Key, that's the 3 from the top. Become a breeze and some food for a thought. I chill with breeze, favorite thought.
And make your way through center, switch it up. Recline pigeon, or just letting that left ankle cross over right thigh in your twist.
I got some big boss and bees and some boys on the block. I call them couple G's and they think that I'm hot. I chill with T and Key, that's the 3 from the top. Become a breeze and some food for a thought. I'm the queen representative. See, the incentive is I'm not intimidating. You're just sensitive. There's no debating. The consensus is I got some.
Make your way back to center. Legs could lift up if you want a plow, gentle plow, or some variation of shoulder stand. You can also just go right to Shavasana if you're ready for that.
Falling in love, everybody's got somebody to call when the night is young. When the night is young. Everybody.
Take your time working into your final resting pose of Shavasana, whatever that looks like. Get comfortable, maybe a towel to the eyes. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. On your next inhale, pull the breath in sharply to the chest. Pause. Inhale the rest of the way into your belly, all the way to the top. And then exhale, let it go. 2 more like that. Inhale sharply into your chest. Inhale bigger and fuller into your belly. Exhale. Last one. Inhale halfway into your chest. Inhale bigger, fuller into your belly, all the way to the top. Exhale. Letting your breath carry you, the natural rhythms, natural pace of your inhale, your exhale, letting it drop you deeper and deeper down, but also deeper and deeper connected to breath all the way out. And as always, for just a few more moments, just feeling your body soften back down comfortably, calm, connected. In this practice of yoga sends us in the direction of home. Home meaning within your inner world, inner sanctuary, or inner environment. Start to wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, maybe the head side to side. And every time we practice, whatever that looks like, physically speaking, meditation, breath work, sitting with ourselves, that's a pathway home. Every time we practice is a pathway home. Reach your arms over your head, spread fingers, spread toes. And we're trying to make a stronger connection to that home, because that's the most important part. Not every time we practice will it be an enlightening experience, so it might just be physical, and that's beautiful too. Hug your knees in or set your feet flat, roll to one side. But the more we show up, the more we find there's many layers of our being to connect to observe, to explore. Okay, make your way up to a comfortable seat. Sitting up nice and tall, hands will come together right at the center of the chest. Take a breath in. Exhale. Okay, one more. Inhale. Namaste. Thanks, guys. Yeah.